There are many scary animal and human facts out there, but some of these facts are so crazy that it's hard to believe such a thing could exist. Today, we will be looking at some of them. The first one is a dolphin.
Did you know that dolphins eat the world's deadliest poison on purpose just so they can get high?
I thought only humans get high. This video is already ruining dolphins for me.
What they do first is gang up around a pufferfish and take turns biting into it. Because pufferfish contain a strong poison called tetrodotoxin, which usually kills most animals that come into contact. But since dolphins are much larger, they can actually survive if they do it right, where they learn to gently bite down for only a few seconds at a time, passing it around to the other dolphins all without actually killing the pufferfish.
Why does that sound so cruel? Like, I don't know if the puffer fish are evil, but ganging up on a ball is insane.
Once they've all had enough, they leave it alone, where only a few minutes later the toxins start kicking in. It's said that it makes dolphins feel a sense of euphoria, where they've been recorded slowly floating on the surface of the water, acting super mellow and calm, or sometimes even just staring at random things.
Okay, that's kind of funny to think about, because people who are high act exactly like that. I guess humans and animals aren't that different. The next one we will be looking at is humans.
Early humans were way more terrifying than you actually think. We had one of the highest levels of endurance compared to nearly every living being on the planet. But why was this scary? Well, humans used to practice something called persistence hunting, using our incredible stamina to chase down prey in a horrifying way. Knowing we couldn't catch the animal at full strength and speed, we would slowly follow it instead.
That's kind of creepy to imagine, because most of these animals were pretty slow, so I would imagine the humans just constantly following you.
No matter how far the animal ran, they would turn around and keep seeing these hairless creatures constantly following them. Even after multiple hours of running, thinking they finally got away, the creatures—
Guys, I feel so bad for the mammoth that I'm siding with it, but at the same time I understand human needed food.
would just keep appearing over and over. Humans would never get tired, forcing the animal to run until their body physically shuts down, where your only choice was to lay down from exhaustion and let them spear you to death.
Thank God, I never seen any footage of animals being killed like that. For some reason, I can't stand animals being killed, unless they are dangerous wildlife. Who else can relate? The next one involves birds. Surely birds aren't harmful, right?
Did you know that crows can hold a grudge against you for your entire life? Because if you ever try to hurt or attack a crow, they can actually remember your face. Where if they ever see you again, they're able to instantly recognize you as a threat.
Are you serious? Now I got to worry about a bird who can hunt humans. These birds has to be fake.
But it doesn't stop there, as crows are extremely communicative, and will go as far as telling the rest of its flock to remember your face as well.
What did the human do to get the crow to alert their whole family? Like it can't be that serious.
Also passing down their grudge against you to their babies. So even after the crow you taunted dies, other generations of crows will continue to have this grudge against you, where they're known to do things like loudly squawk at you non-stop, constantly shadowing over you just watching, or rarely they'll swoop down at you, making sure they never forget what you did.
Wait, I have had a few instances where I hear crow constantly chirping, but that only happened once, or it could be someone else. That kind of disturbing that crows even hold a grudge that long. The next one involves a T-Rex, which are without a doubt super scary. Let's see what they can do.
The T-Rex was a lot more horrifying than you initially thought, and were way deadlier than what you learned. But why? First off, T-Rex had padded feet, meaning you wouldn't even hear them coming.
I guess the movies really exaggerated the T-Rex footsteps, because in every dinosaur movie I seen their stomps literally echo, or is that just me?
Only feeling the vibration of the ground and sounds of branches snapping around you until it was too late. But it gets more terrifying. They had better eyesight than eagles and could easily see you from over 3 miles away.
Brew what? Here I thought dinosaurs were just big creatures who could only see people at a close distance. I really need to study more on dinosaurs.
And since they had binocular vision, they wouldn't see you from the side, but stare directly at you.
If it stared at me like that, I know I am cooked. Who else would literally just be eaten at that point?
Even if you tried running away, their sense of smell was so strong they could track you down for miles, constantly following you, sometimes even hunting in groups to catch you. But worst of all, they had one of the strongest bite forces on the planet, meaning when they caught you, they wouldn't just eat you. Instead, they pinned you down with their legs and ripped you apart piece by—
Yeah, that point, just rip my head off, because no way I am planning to feel all that pain.
Peace.
To be honest guys, I kind of expected the T-Rex to be brutal. But what shocked me was that it could see over 3 miles, cause what the hell. Anyways, the next one is about a tiger. I always thought that tiger were quite peaceful, but I might be proven wrong.
Did you know about the most feared tiger in history that ate over 400 people? In the early 1900s Nepal, there was a singular tiger that would only hunt humans.
Wait, so does that mean tigers are capable of eating humans? Cause I never seen one do that before.
It started with only a handful of victims at first, but over time it learned how humans worked and got better at attacking. It would target vulnerable people who were alone or defenseless during broad daylight. You could be going to gather firewood midday and get eaten alive out of nowhere.
Yeah, I guess now where it's prey, and also how hungry is that tiger if it's hunting during the day. Usually the tigers hunt at night, so it can't be hunted by hunters.
It would claim about 1 to 2 victims every week, eventually resulting in a man-eater crisis in Nepal, where entire villages would evacuate when an attack happened nearby, made people travel in large groups only, and even have curfews, slaying over 200 victims in Nepal, until it fled to the neighboring country of India due to the military targeting it.
Oh wow! Imagine being that deadly. Even the military gets sent. I wonder how far they went. Cause the tiger is still a tiger, or is it mutated?
Continuing to hunt hundreds of more victims in the same exact way, causing widespread panic. People even began boarding up their houses and were too scared to go outside during the day, taking over 200 more victims in India. But everything would come to an end after famous hunter 𝗀𝘂𝗯𝗀𝗏𝗿 would use a human corpse as bait, putting one final blow to the man-eating tiger in 1907, with a total of 436 confirmed fatalities.
That hunter must be super experienced. I wonder why it took that long for someone to come and help though. Hopefully tigers aren't like that, or they're gonna be on my top 20 animals to avoid. The next one is more wholesome, so don't worry about any animals doing scary stuff.
These are 4 animals you didn't know were best friends. First, ravens and wolves work together to hunt, where ravens will fly around looking for prey, then flying back to the wolves, getting their attention and leading them to the animal they saw, waiting for the kill and sharing the meal. Next, hermit crabs and an enemy basically team up together to survive. Since an enemy can't move fast, the crab will pick it up and equip it on its shell. The anemone helps defend the crab with its stinging tentacles, while the crab gives it much faster transportation and also shares scraps of its food every time it eats. Next, coyotes and badgers hunt together. Since coyotes are better at covering ground and badgers are better underground, the coyote will chase the prey on land, and if it goes under, the badger will take over, leaving the prey with no options or ways to escape, sharing their meal. Finally, humans and wild dolphins in Brazil work together to catch fish. The dolphins will find a school of fish and herd them towards the fishermen. When the fish are close, the dolphin will slap the water with its tail, signaling the fishermen to cast the net, causing the fish to scatter and get disorientated, so it's easier for the dolphins to catch, rewarding both of them.
Wow, that's pretty wholesome. I do see fishers working with dolphins. I wonder if that's the case. Anyways, that's all for this video. Bye everyone.